Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Bayonetta 3. The voice actress of Bayonetta, Helena Taylor, is out on Twitter telling people why she's not going to be in Bayonetta 3, why she's not doing the voice of Bayonetta, and it's because she was offered an insultingly low rate to voice the game. How low? $4,000.
Now remember, you're supposed to, to love women, embrace women, give women what they want, unless you're her.
Unless you're her. So this is one of those cases where I know people jump us. They're like, you guys are anti-union and you guys are this. It's like, no, not really. I believe people should be compensated fairly for what they bring to the table. And as she correctly points out, the Bayonetta series is very, very popular. I believe her performance had a lot to do with it. She does talk a lot in the game. It's not like she's just doing a lot of, grunts and groans or whatever. And people were really looking forward to Bayonetta 3. And then she came out and said the reason she wasn't doing it is they only offered her $4,000 US for the entire game, flat fee, no royalties.
But what I want to know is how much they offered her replacement.
That is a good question. Her replacement is Mass Effect's Jennifer Hale is going to be replacing her.
So they offered her $4,000, but they gave the other woman a fair rate. It sounds like they were trying to get rid of her.
Yeah, so
and that's kind of shit.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about this because the internet is kind of rallying to her defense. Now she is calling for boycott of the game. I don't know if that's fair to all the other people that have worked on it, but I do think it needs to get out there that it was an insultingly low pay. And we watched the video. It's like she's tearing up, just talking.
Yeah,
about
I'd be pissed too. You were the original voice actor for the character.
Yeah.
You built the character up. You stayed with the company for years, and you did this. And then they come back to you for the third one. With $4,000 as their offer, it sounds to me like, well, we're trying to get rid of her because how old is this other chick? Did she age out or something? And this other girl's a lot younger or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. I bet you money this other person got paid more than $4,000.
Yeah, because we had somebody once do like 2 minutes of dialogue for us. This person had actually worked on, and for Epic Games, they've done some work. I won't go into too much detail, but this person had actually done some work for Epic Games. And for like 2 minutes, we paid half of that, I think.
Was it that much? I don't know.
And that was just for a demo. That was for like a pitch. That wasn't even for a full-blown commercial release. I'm like, what? And that was how many years ago?
Yes.
So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 277,000 subs. Thank you for the support. Check out clownfishtv.com for more gaming news. Check out Clownfish Gaming on Twitch. We're going to be ramping up our gaming content over there. And check out the Clownfish Studios channel on YouTube if you're looking for more gaming content. And $4,000, I think it was Chad Tronic on Twitter who brought up that there are YouTubers that are paid more than that to do Raid Shadow Legends reads. Like a minute long read or 2 minute long read. Yeah, buy Raid Shadow Legends is the best game you've never heard of, blah, 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 blah. Pay me.
Well, we didn't get paid for that, so you should stop talking.
I should, because now they're going to bug us again. Actually,
they tried, though.
It's kind of funny. It's become this running joke. Hey, if the ad rates dip low enough, I might have to take them up on their offer. But anyway, that's sad, though. And he's 100% correct. I mean, there are YouTubers out there getting $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to pimp a mobile game. And she's voicing an iconic character, whole game, flat fee of $4,000.
Yeah, and I doubt highly this other person took $4,000 for that.
Right. So Bayonetta voice actor Helena Taylor says she didn't reprise the role in Bayonetta. She was only offered $4,000. She said she wants people to boycott the game.
And donate to charity.
Which
I'm 100% for donating to charity. I always, say that if you can donate to charity, make sure you do so.
Damn it, I wanted to buy Bayonetta 3 too. I didn't even realize she wasn't going to be voicing the character.
You're not going to buy it now, are you?
Probably not, because it's like...
so shitty.
Yeah, Taylor took to Twitter to share a few videos of her speaking to a camera. I don't want to run those videos in this video because I don't want to get a copyright strike or whatever, but you can go out to Twitter. I'll put a link to the article. You can go see it. It goes on and on, but she goes into a lot of detail about her background. and how heartbreaking it was for her to be replaced and the insultingly low offer she
Yeah,
got.
I'm sorry. $4,000 to do a whole game is kind of shit. I mean, it's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, so it was Mass Effect's Jennifer Hale. She's going to be replacing her. Taylor's voiced the character since the original game and couldn't stay silent anymore after how she was treated. The Bayonetta franchise has made approximately $450 million. So we're talking almost $500 million in sales. And that's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years, 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, Lambda, with voice coach Barbara Bear. Okay, we get it. She's got a pedigree. She actually is a classically trained English actor. They offered to pay her $4,000. This is an insult. The amount of time I took to work on my talent and everything that I've given to this game and to the fans, I'm asking the fans to boycott the game and instead spend the money where you would have spent it on the game, donating to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but was immoral. In this case, again, a lot of people jump us because we're like, you guys are anti-union. It's like, no, we believe people who bring value to the table should be compensated fairly.
Yeah, that's the key.
And we've been against crunch time for sure.
Yes, we've called that out many times.
In the video game industry, especially animation, where we get hung up is when you have like the office staff at Image Comics, not just wanting better treatment, but wanting editorial control.
Right, that's just it. Better treatment and better pay in situations that actually warrant it. I can completely agree with unionization. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of this trend where people who have run companies into the ground want to be unionized, and they think they should be paid more. Or, yeah, like you said, what example you brought up. And that's when we call it out, like, no, you had me until you said you wanted to be able to veto a game or a title or a book or whatever just because you work as the copyright secretary in an office.
Yeah, and it's the same with Kickstarter too. It was like you were supposed to be the comic book liaison. It wasn't your job to gatekeep certain people from the platform. So that's an abuse of it.
That is an abuse of it.
In this case, when you've got a game series selling $500 million, and Bayonetta 3 has been highly, highly anticipated, and will sell, no doubt, even with people boycotting, it's probably still going to sell hundreds of millions of dollars. The actress asking for more than $4,000 is completely justified. I mean, I can't even believe that is all that was offered, because there needs to be some like floor on this, right? I mean, this is like, we're talking like fan game rates. Like I said, we out of pocket as a couple 10 years ago paid a voice actress about half of that to do a 2-minute bit for us. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Here's more what she said. She said, I understand that boycotting this game is a personal choice, and there are those that won't, and that's fine. But if you are someone who cares about people, who cares about the world, this is kind of manipulation a little bit here, though. I will give,
If you care
you
about,
don't have to, but if you care about people,
yeah, that's laying on a little thing.
Who care about who gets hurt with these financial decisions, then I urge you to boycott this game. I decided to do it to stand up in solidarity with people all over the world who do not get paid properly for their talents. Fat cats cream off the top and leave us the rotten crumbs. That's okay.
That sounds very dirty.
Yeah. In England right now, there are nurses going to food banks to feed their children. This is not right. This is not acceptable. It impacts mental health. Because of it, I suffer from depression and anxiety. I worried that I was going to be on the streets. That terrified me much more than once I was suicidal. So much, yeah. So she was suicidal over it.
She said she can't even afford a car? What?
Because I'm not afraid of a non-disclosure agreement. I can't afford to run a car. What are they going to take my clothes?
Holy shit. I mean, look, it's been a long time between Bayonetta 2.
Right. So, you can't blame everything on that. But.
And they said they actually had her reread. She passed with flying colors. Following her audition, she was sent an insulting offer. In response, she wrote to Bayonetta 3. Now, this is where it gets interesting. She wrote to Bayonetta 3 executive director Hideki Kamiya to ask him for what I'm worth. And I think he blocked her. He blocked a bunch of people on Twitter. I got a friend who's been in business in Japan to write in Japanese to him. I know he read it because I got a reply. I got a reply saying he values greatly the contribution to the game, and the fans really want me to voice it over in the memory of the first meeting. First meeting me as Bayonetta is a memory I hold dear. So I thought, great, thank God. That's when they offered me $4,000. And Platinum had the cheek to say that I was busy. They couldn't make it work. with Ms. Taylor's schedule. Well, I had nothing but time.
So they knew they were insulting and then turned around and lied about it.
I think that was, yeah.
Allegedly.
I think I vaguely remember when they announced the game, they said, yeah, Bayonetta's coming back, but it's going to be a different VA. But I just assumed, again, that because it's been such a long period of time that she probably had moved on to doing other voice acting or she was doing something else. And they just counted on people being stupid to it. But yeah, she's coming out and she's just like, yeah, I wanted to do it, guys. I wanted to do it. And we've seen stories like this before. Oh, so-and-so got cut out because, scheduling conflicts or blah, 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 blah. Because the studios always try to save face, whether it's Hollywood or video games or publishers or whatever. And then after the fact, you find out that no, I really wanted to come back and voice that character, but they had a chance to have a celebrity do it or they had, whatever. And, with being a voice actor, voice actress, your age really doesn't matter a whole lot. I mean, Frank Welker was playing Fred on Scooby-Doo. Mm-hmm. In his freaking 70s.
Yeah. As long as you can carry it.
As long as you can carry it. I mean, some people, their voices age, it's more noticeable, but she sounds fine. At least in the video, she sounded fine to me. Mm-hmm. And there had to have been something else going on. So Camilla has responded to the allegations with a short tweet saying, sad and deplorable about the attitude of untruth. That's what I can tell now. By the way, beware of my rules.
That's all I can tell now.
But all I can tell.
That doesn't read like somebody who didn't do anything.
And then he started blocking a bunch of people, I guess, on Twitter.
Yeah, that just makes you look guilty. Oh my god.
So this is I don't think she would come out and say that she was only offered $4,000 if somebody could come back and sue her or blacklist her or whatever. Now, the double-edged sword of this. And she must have figured she just didn't have anything to lose, because the double-edged sword is if you get a reputation for being difficult, they might just avoid you anyway, even if you're in the right.
This is where I get pissed, because you always heard this in comics too. Well, the professional thing is to say nothing. It's like, no, the professional thing was not to act like an ass in the first place. The professional thing was to not offer $4,000 in the first place. And then they'll say that that she's unprofessional. It's like, no. Because I'm tired of this. You can't call people out who behave badly because it's unprofessional. Like, hell, you can't. If this is true, I don't blame her one iota for calling it out.
Yeah. So they probably thought, because Jennifer Hale, they said, is this is coming from Kotaku, is one of the industry's most ubiquitous voice actresses. So they probably thought, well, we'll hire her because this is a high-profile title, and she's got a rep.
So it's okay. The other woman built it up.
It's okay.
And took all the risks. But now that the reward's there.
Now that the reward.
It's not the other voice actress's fault. I'll make that clear.
No.
But I'm sure that she got paid a hell lot more than $4,000, and if she did, then that's double. That's just wow. That's doubly shitty. I can't even.
Yeah. So just be aware that's going down. It's a real shame, because I was looking forward to this one. I really was. I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to get this and play it on the channel. Now I'm just like, and people are going to complain, but she's just a voice, whatever. And was she laying it on a little thick? Yeah, maybe. But she's got to be incredibly frustrated with this, to be like, this is a character that I helped
build up.
Helped build up. And this has happened with, God, how many times has this happened with Sonic the Hedgehog? They replace voice actors all the time, Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's always drama around that. And a lot of times people are like, yeah, I didn't even know I was out. Hell, cartoon, same thing. Matt Lillard with the Scooby-Doo movie, Scoob movie. He was like, I didn't even know I was basically fired until they announced the cast. Yeah. And I wasn't in it. It is a kick to the, but in this case, she actually had the conversation and they made an offer, and they probably knew she wouldn't take it because they didn't want her.
That's it. They were trying to, oh, look, we tried. You're just ungrateful.
Yeah, we tried. Oh, well, that's, so yeah, find out what Jennifer Hale is getting paid.
That's what I want to know.
Because if she's getting $500,000 or some shit like that, then something's definitely up, and they just didn't want to work with her. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
I will put a link in the comments in the description. You can check out her clip for yourself. Again, I don't want to get a strike for playing her clip, but yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking to hear. It really is. Gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.